Lavender Body Butter Lotion is so easy to make with the Magical Butter Machine. Okay, the Magical Butter Machine makes making lotions, infused oils so much easier. And to help you, I've created this book, Homemade Medicine and Lotion Making Made Easy in the Magical Butter Machine. Now this is my recipe for body butter lotion number 4. I'm going to start out with making my herbal tea. Now I'm going to start off with 2 cups of distilled water. Distilled water is, when you're making anything with herbs, it's better to use distilled water. Of course, if you don't have it, you can use your tap water, but distilled water is an empty water, which means it's going to take up more of your herbal properties. Now to this, I'm adding some licorice root. Now I've got 2 cups of water, 3 tablespoons of licorice root. Now I'm going to bring this to a boil, and then I'm going to simmer it for 10 minutes. Now afterwards, this is going to be a lavender lotion, so I also want the lavender in it. So once this has simmered for 10 minutes, then I want to add my lavender flowers and then let that steep for 10 minutes. Now, one thing I forgot to tell you that you do need to cover your pan. Now that's 2 cups of distilled water, 3 tablespoons of chopped licorice root. You're going to bring it to a boil, lower the heat, and cover and simmer for 10 minutes. Then you're going to remove it from the heat, add 3 tablespoons of the lavender flowers, cover, and then let that steep for 10 minutes. Okay, my licorice root simmered for 10 minutes, then I let my lavender flowers steep. When you're using roots, bark, seed, or berries, you simmer those. Whereas if you're using leaves or flowers, you let those steep. So now I'm ready to strain this. I'm using my Magical Butter filter, which is really great. Now while this is straining, I'm going to get started weighing my other ingredients. Just to show how simple this is. Now, the first thing we did was make our licorice lavender tea. So I'm going to add that in there. And then I've got my comfrey infused grapeseed oil. Now, if you don't have comfrey infused oil, you could use just grapeseed oil or even avocado oil. And then I'm adding my emulsifying wax, which this is what keeps your oil and water ingredients together and keeps them from separating. And then we got the great healing powers of shea butter. Now all of these ingredients are weighed, they are not measured. Okay, we put our lid on. We're going to select 160 degrees and then 1 hour. Now all we have to do is wait 1 hour and come back, and then we'll add the rest of our ingredients. Okay, my Magical Butter Machine history to let me know that it was through. So I'm going to unplug it, take the head off. Now I'm going to let this be cooling off while I weigh my other ingredients. Okay, I've let this cool down while I've measured my other ingredients. Now I have some honey. And I'm really going to stir the honey in and make sure it's completely dissolved. I have had trouble in the past where I made the lotion and poured it all out, and there's some of the honey was on the bottom of the pan. Now your vitamin E is pretty thick also, so I'm going to stir it in. got my glycerin, my preservative, and my lavender. Okay, now I'm ready to put the head back on, plug it back in, and I'm going to put this on the blend clean cycle. I just want it to blend everything together. I don't want any kind of heat. Okay, my machine is beeping and I know it's through. Get that off. Now I want to go ahead and stir this for about 2 minutes just to try to get rid of some of the bubbles. You don't get rid of all of them, but I'm just going to get what I can. Okay. Now I'm going to pour this into a container that has a spout on it because it's really hard to do it if you don't have a spout. Okay, now I'm going to let these sit here and absolutely, completely cool before I put the lids on them. You can get this book on Amazon. It's in paperback and Kindle, and it has links to my many YouTube videos on how to make things like the infused comfrey oil, the glycerin, and things like that. I'm Carolyn Gibson at Carolyn Gibson Herbalist on YouTube, and you might be an herbalist if you are making lavender lotion with the Magical Butter Machine. Like, subscribe, and share, and you will find all the ingredients down in the description bar.